know why people want to go out? They want to increase the time. They say they are too short. You cannot be a cancer, then you want to run through. You cannot be a lawmaker that then you expect the Lord and we lay ourselves. Then you say you want to sit back and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening, it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people for the government came and said, sacrifice people, don't know that Moya said, give me 1% I want to go in law. But they said that over there employ their family people because they need work. And the person that need work and the person sacrifice people say they want there. We employ our family people, but some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is no other time when the country is not better. It is every other time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, you people will have to appoint the commissioner for sacrifice. The police they are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They have people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person with interest people that they can't achieve nothing from.
When they welcome me, they say they were freedom fighters. When they welcome me, they say they were liberators. I want to be what kind of people they see? What kind of people? Freedom fighter, you play freedom. Freedom fighter, you play freedom. Freedom fighter, you destroy now. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came when they came what kind of people you see? What kind of people you see? Freedom fighter, you building now. Freedom fighter, you building now. Freedom fighter, you destroy now. Okay. Anything you want to say for now?
Lele after the whole election, appreciation no family you conclude in life. If you rescue
they want to help me now. I want to road project with Sine. All the past government say my abo open chatelo move on there. My Erica she say bro. So we can she say he say bro. Just about can he say bro. Road with Sine na. What is the difference like that? They see Bilabo when they bring in the tap the scene. Oh, call the scene. Go sit on la Bilabo. My editor used to sit on la Bilabo. You can buy go to Bagi. When I'm not on la Bilabo, can you go on drive? They want to help me now. I want to. Road project with Sine. All the past government say my abo open chatelo move on there. My editor she say bro. So we can she say bro. Just about can he say bro. Road with Sine na. What is the difference like that? They see Bilabo when they bring the tap the scene. Oh, call the scene. Go sit on la Bilabo. Ayo. Sit on la Bilabo. You can buy go to Bagi. When I'm not on la Bilabo, you go on drive. Ayo. One more freedom one more freedom when they welcome me, they say they were freedom fighters. When they welcome me, they say they were liberators. But when they kid,
good morning, good morning, Liberia.
When they kid,
yes, indeed.
What kind of people they?
What kind of people is this? So,
what kind of people?
When they were coming, they said they were rescuers. When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters.
Freedom.
But when it came their time,
Our children,
they're lying to the country.
you destroy our country.
They're stealing from the poor people. Times are hard, businesses are tough. Hunger everywhere. No medicine in the hospitals. Schools are down. No cheers. Teachers are without pay. What kind of people they so? Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, just wherever you are this morning. In a pleasant way, we'd like to welcome all of you to yet another intriguing conversations about the issues that matter most to Liberia's growth and development. Today is Tuesday. It is a kind of cold Tuesday morning in Monrovia and past adjacent. Welcome to yet another fascinating breakfast conversation on the Freedom Money Rise, Liberia's most listened to breakfast conversation. If you're just coming into the country, this is Liberia's BKS Radio Network, Freedom 87.9, the People's Radio. And operated by Councillor J. Funati Kofa. And of course, we're here to bring you more and more of the issues that matter most to our country's growth and development. Good morning to our friends in the diaspora, to those of you that's always joining us from across the world, wanting to know exactly what is happening with your country. Here we bring you truth. We bring you exactly what it is, unfiltered narrative of the issues unfolding back in Liberia. Oh yes, indeed. Too many things to talk about this morning. Lots of things to conclude on, and of course others to expand on more right here for you. as the government of Liberia is still trying very hard to wash off from the embarrassment and shame and disgrace and exposure by a reverend Nigerian cleric, a man of God, a truth teller, a man who has a great degree of independence. You know, it's not just being a pastor or a man of God, but what's the independence of your voice? So ever since the man came out with his prophecy, the rogue regime has been passing over, from place to place. They have abandoned their jobs, they abandoned everything they have to do for the Liberian people, and every one of them are passing around raining insults, and they've lost track. This is truly a confused government. Oh yes, indeed. Clearly a mark of a confused government headed by a confused president. And this is exactly what we're seeing. Just a prophecy, and then you've lost track. When there were pastors equally from the very Nigeria that equally prophesy. Say Solomon, Reverend or Pastor Justin Solomon, I will get the name right, who was prophesying back and forth about Joseph Boakai. Nobody lost track. Nobody in CDC government ever went after him or responded to him. Oh, you don't know? You forgotten? But today, they want the whole nation to believe that this other pastor, a fake pastor. And even more irresponsibly, our government went so low to have written a letter of complaint, complaining the men of God to the Nigerian government. Can you imagine the low the country has reached? Is that the purpose for diplomatic relations? The book people, let me ask you. Somebody prophesy on the president, then you get your B diplomatic letter. Diplomatic note say, oh, we won't get it. Your citizen complain, we not put more on our president. What kind of childishness is that? What kind of people? I told you, and I've consistently told you that look, we have a problem on our hands. Freedom fighter, you killing our children. Can you imagine? Freedom fighter, you of all the things in the world, of all the things happening to this country, Guinean soldiers, even as we speak now, are still on Liberian soil, displacing Liberian citizens, disrupting their commercial and economic life. The government has never written a single letter to the Guinean authority nor to ECOWAS complaining whatsoever. But some other sycophantic bootlickers in the embassy in Nigeria, John Balut, that failed former senator of Maryland County, who were here passing around insulting because he wanted a government job, took the Liberian people money, the Liberian people tax, the Liberian people internet, the Liberian people printer, and wrote a nonsense, good for nothing communication. Said the complaining the pastor. Can you imagine? Truly, this country is at its greatest low. What we see today, shamefully embarrassing, very much embarrassing. But there's another side of it. Because the way diplomatic notes are treated is confidential. It's left with either of the party to choose to put it out. You see, the reason why they put their own out is because they wanted to make some sort of media plus on it. If not, it was unnecessary to have come in the public. They have dealt with it diplomatically and engaged the Nigerian government. But the moment they wrote the letter, we had the police outside on Facebook. So the Nigerian authority is cognizant of the diplomatic channel. So they responded equally. But the response was so very much demeaning, disrespectful, and of course, reminding of the narcissist Boakai administration that look, we do not do what you do in your country. So guess what? In order to distract the population, the very same government went ahead and Dr. The People Communication wrote a fake letter, with errors, grammatical mistakes, and what have you, and put it out and share it among their media friends. And you understand? Y'all know the people. These are rogues. I mean, this is a rogue regime. You got to be careful. Who tell you to validate, communication from the Nigerian government? It has to take a Boakai official to come and say, oh, that fake letter. Then I see all the media put, oh, that fake letter. The letter you posted, I believe you did some degree of cross-checking on it. But the question is that the regime should answer for us. The letter you wrote to Nigeria, have they responded? Let's forget about how they responded, the manner and form they responded in, but have they responded? So ask your government that before you start falling for the shenanigans. Oh, that fake letter, that this. They rogue regime, when they wrote nonsense, they put it out. And that's fake to confuse you and take your mind from the reality, the shame and disgrace. And I can confirm to you this morning that the Nigerian authority dismissed the complaint filed by the government of Liberia. And I challenge anybody from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs to debunk this. Starting your own Facebook. Who get time for it? Have you seen any credible fast checker come out to tell you that, oh, we fast check this? I'm not talking about the diabolical letter that they're passing around with. They have their own version. The UPP will have their version of the letter they're passing around with. I'm not talking about that. Right? But let a fast checker come out and tell us that, oh, we are fast check, and up to now, the Nigerian authority have not communicated or have not responded to the Liberian government complaint. Let them do that. That's the one you call fast check. That's the one you call independent, credible journalism. Not for pay agent to sit down and feel to themselves that they are the controllers of what journalism is in Liberia, and they sit down and be talking nonsense. Fellow Liberian, this rogue regime have paid a lot of people. The people you knew to be credible before, don't trust them. The voices you knew to be independent before, don't trust them. They have been bought. They are hiding themselves. These are pay agents of the regime. In times like this, they will come out to confuse you. But the fact remains that the government is useless, the government is confused, and they have embarrassed themselves, they have embarrassed the country. Oh yes, we're going to talk about it more this morning. That's why we are Freedom FM, and that's why we are the Freedom Money Rise, the biggest conversation in the country. The man of the moment, Apostle Adiola. Remember, shake, table shaking. You can't run away from you. You can't run away. They won't stick on your face. Don't lick your faces. Be suppressing freedom of expression here. You can't co-opt another Syria administration. You think the whole country run like the janjaweed nonsense you doing here? You spitting on the Constitution. abusing the power of the judiciary. The courts look like what now? You can't sit down. You say fake news. You're looking for fake news. The government said fake government. You can go sit down and go write nonsense. You pull us out. You try to undermine public communication, public conversation. Look at you. We're smarter than you. Bunch of bonsues, bouffons, poo water dancers. You think you can dilute the public conversation with that nonsense? You can't pay agents, put them on the social media. They can't say, oh, you know, this is a test to the credibility of journalism and librarian. Who are you? You partisan? Your thing we don't know you. We know all of you. You're sitting on your close your mouth. Bunch of foolish people. So we have the both communication, we have the version that came out from the Nigerian authority, and we're still maintaining and holding to it. So we've already told you, go and do. We know how fast checks are done. And I see, you know, but no man spoon. They could be part of the whole place. Say spoon. As soon as we put the fake letter outside, you just join, you go, you apologize. Then when you apologize and say, oh yeah, no, nonsense. You don't mind that nonsense. The country, nobody running the country on propaganda. Never, it's not going to work. When they welcome me, they say, what kind of school y'all go? Since school y'all went to, we all right here. When they came there, they changed their mind. What kind of people they so? We'll talk about that, and then we'll talk. Yesterday we were looking at the Liberia national team and the LFA, the posture the LFA is taking out, and the dominance of the LFA structure in the national team with UP executives, Unity Party executives that have painted a cloud of politics and partisanship around the Liberia national football team. And so an independent investigation have been done on the so-called mobilization chair, the Unity Party chairman, who was appointed mobilization chair for the national team. On his last appearance at the legislature, he informed the country that the country owed or who required some $10 million to ensure the chance or the possibility for qualification for next year's African Cup of Nations. And part of that, Luther Tappert also announced that our country, the national team, owes about 4 different hotels in other foreign countries. So he named, I think, 2. It's Kenya and somewhere else. I have the recording here. We'll play it. We'll talk about it. It has been established to be a hub designed to steal from the Liberian people. And somebody should call Luther Tappert. I'm going to challenge him. I don't know where he's getting his information from. But one thing is sure. From the day Mustafa Raji, the record shows that from the day Mustafa Raji became or assumed the presidency of the LFA, the Lone Star have had no travel to Kenya. So how come United Party chairman is telling the legislature that we owe hotel in Kenya? So how did the Lone Star owe hotel in Kenya if the Lone Star have not had any game with Kenya? We have not been to Kenya. But the UP chairman say Labro owe in Kenya. So the money will come and they will knock out the money. We will expose these people. And the comprehensive financial report of the LFA, which is also in our possession, clearly shows in terms of a hotel owed, the Lone Star owes, the hotels that Lone Star is owing are all in the country. Lone Star owes no hotel outside of the country. So where did Luther Tappert get his own report from? He has to tell us. So they want to use our national team as a bait to take money from the national cover. As soon as I saw the packing, all the politicians that run the national team, I said, whoa, oh boy. The organized thieves are around the corner. Folks, my name is Abu Shari. These plus other issues making news for you right here on the big station Freedom 87.9. As you can still share the show, drop your comment, invite others to follow, and let's have breakfast scale up to 10 o'clock this morning about the issues that matter most to Liberia's growth and development. A part of our team song, and of course, once we come back, we rumble through the issues right here on the biggest network, Freedom 87.9.
Music.
There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take the law in your hands, or the right authority. Really can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it, I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Okay. Good morning and welcome, folks, to the conversation. And so, yes, indeed, this is an interesting country, and of course, this is an interesting place. And so we can go back and forth. We can keep having our issues and talking about them. So today is the birthday of a few individuals that I'd like to recognize this morning. Mr. Jura A.M. Sano, former assistant minister, Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, and of course, a member of the CDC Headquarter Construction Committee, and of course, an elder as well. Today is his birthday, and today is also the birthday of former Deputy Minister Isaac Doe, right? A frontline general, a very committed CDC fighter, who has really not care much about what anybody will say. He believes in the defense and protection of his party and their legacy. But that legacy is what they managed to achieve as government for the 6 years period that Liberia entrusted them with, unlike others who believe they have a lot to hide, they have a lot to protect, and they are there. Some of them are even doing business with the regime and all of that. Oh yes, we are aware of these things, but there will always be people like that. But the like of Isaac Doe, when you serve your country with the true ears of conscience, and you did your best, and when reckoning comes, you don't go around hiding yourself, taking cover and trying to ally. Easy the like of Kanye, and Kanye is also Kanye will always be used as the most embarrassing example, and so that our children that coming or will always remember. And then think about bad example, and inconsistency, and belly driven, and people are the recklessy, integrity or spine to withstand and be able to stand for something. The common example in a cloud, just say Kanye Bala, and it'll be a perfect thing. Kanye is clearly the symbolic, representation of what these kinds of ugly verses mean. So we put your name and a picture to it, so the children, the young people, will know exactly when somebody say, "Oh, lack of integrity," then you say, "Oh, Kanye Bala," and then you remember once upon a time, CDC, Liberty Party, CDC again, Unity Party. And it is not just moving between parties, right? But it is the manner and form in which it is happening, right? So the children will be able to understand. So happy birthday to both of you and every other individual supporters and followers of our show, right? Observing their birthday today. Cheers to all of you and have a great day. Good morning to our followers and welcome. So a bit of update is important because we are news media, so we have to abreast you with the news and events in the country. So on yesterday at a Ministry of Local Governance program, the president made some pronouncements, which are very good pronouncements, and it's always a good thing when values are added. And I've always said, whenever we are adding value, we need a country that adds value, but we do not need a country that settles for mediocrity and handouts. And this other one that the president did on yesterday, if he is honest and sincere, he'll be grateful to the example that former President George Weah set. Right? For 12 years, these people ran this country, abandoning our elders, our chiefs, and our local leaders. They didn't pay any attention to them. They didn't even consider them. These people were riding 70,000, 150,000 vehicles around here. They were living large and in luxuries. And, they just did not care. They just did not believe that a dignity needed to be added to our people. But fast forward, George Weah became president. He always kept in touch with the chiefs and the elders of this country, the Zulus and what have you. He always kept in touch with them. Many times he made intervention in showing that these people are enrolled on the payroll, and their salaries are increased. That thing it happened here. So the groundwork was already there. So that is what you call a visionary leadership that sets an agenda and a pathway on how the nation should move, right? So in the direction of treating our chiefs, our elders, and all of that, Mr. Weah came here. He saw a neglected, arrangement, an arrangement that neglects the people In fact, what they used to do during their 12 years, right? They will treat the people like that, and then when the internal affairs minister is going in a county or something, they will compel these chiefs to go take belly goat and all kinds of animals and things and food kinds and bring it and give it to them. They exploited our chiefs and elders in this country. And Bouakai was vice president. They did that, right? So it had to take George Weah to come 6 years ago and disgrace them and started providing good compensation for our chiefs, putting them on government payroll, right? Buying them pickups, right? For movements around the place, and buying some of them motorbikes to facilitate their movement. So that was the beginning of the reform in how we treat our chiefs and our elders in this country, right? Credit to who? Mr. Weah. So you see, these things are there. But I see our friends from the Rogue Unity Party regime, right? I see them always try to run away from these facts. And because they want to, support their narrative, their campaign narrative that Mr. Weah damaged this country, when clearly you're moving in the path of Mr. Weah. Examples he set, examples he laid down, right? You're walking in them, but you do not want to make, you don't want to acknowledge these things because you feel it will be, somehow exposing of your rhetoric during the campaign period. But we will be here to set the record straight and remind our people. And the good thing about it, our people themselves will reflect and say, oh yeah, that's true. You all can remember at SKD, that elaborate program that was held. Hundreds of vehicles and motorbikes were distributed across by our chiefs and elders. The chiefs became dignified. Do you remember, as part of the criticism for caring for the chiefs and the zoes and the zodwas or what have you, right? They don't even mock Zanzan Kawa in this country. That Zanzan Kawa was riding in an AC car. Say, how a chief will ride AC car. So you see the mentality they had about the chiefs. And George Weah changed it. He put these people in AC, air conditioning cars. And they were driving around, moving from place to place, having their meetings and coordinating their stuff. So when we see the president declaring that as of July, he had to take like 3 years before you even do that. But let's accept it at that. Because the example is there. The chiefs have been giving, say, but the thing I also was doing for all, you're not even doing it, and blah, blah, blah. So in fact, they stop it. So they're coming back to restart. But then they're trying to make it like, say, it is just happening, which is not true, Mr. President. You have to run the country honestly. You have to run the country honestly. So they say they will pay the chiefs, and they will provide vehicles for them. So if your intent by doing that, if you do not want it to be like continuing George Weah legacy, then bring airplane for the chiefs. The only way nobody will recognize or talk, even the chief will not recognize George Weah contribution to them. When you start giving all of them one helicopter, then we'll know, say, oh yeah, Bouakai do miracle. But once that car is given it, they put a road car before you. Once that motorbike is given it, George Weah getting motorbike. Once you put in their own payroll, George Weah put their own payroll. So you're not doing, they're continuing. So that one, they're not breaking news. If it is not that the government is so weak and lazy and has nothing, that is no news. Right? Because you just continue what have been running for how many years. So go bring one helicopter and give it to all the chiefs in the country. Then I want that breaking news there. Folks, ain't that how we can do something? But you get a SIM card, a program running car, and the car will not be forever and ever. The car will go down, the car will have problem, and you have to replace it. And so that's what it is. And so that's what it is. Other than that, okay. Other than that, it is what it is. I say the government is confused. Confused government. They can pull letter up, they finish, they pull it down, they finish, they pull it. Okay. As a few minutes following an executive mansion publication announcing the reinstatement of suspended LACRA Director General Christopher D. Sankolo by President Joseph Boakai on yesterday, Monday, along with several other appointments. All right, that post that the same government put there, they went ahead, they removed that post from the e-mansion page, right? And they did not give any reason. They're not confused government there. Hey, I can remember the appointments that happened. I'm about to talk about them. The appointments that happened yesterday. They made appointments yesterday. Then they reinstated Christopher Sankolo to LACRA. In no time they went, they take the men from there. So somebody will not satisfied. They went, they move the men. They put the post down without giving any reason. But again, that's what it is. These are all the classic and clear examples of the confusion that the cleric talked about. I mean, these the confusion the cleric, the men of God talked about. Oh, obviously, these are the confusion the men of God talk about, and you cannot run away from them. You cannot run away from them, right? The government is confused. The president is confused. The executive mansion is confused. They're running the country confusedly. And yesterday they sent one other pastor to go on spoon talk. I don't know. I say Bishop Menesa Conto. Y'all go listen. I don't want to talk anything. Y'all go listen to that pastor Uno defend you're putting for the regime. You can't defend this regime. It's difficult to defend them. It's difficult to defend them. Because no matter how you put it, no matter where you put it, the regime is going to disgrace you. They're going to disgrace you. Who all don't see the shame? Who all don't see the hardship, the poverty? Our people are crying every day, fellow Liberians. So, saying the government refusing to accept of it in this what you call it? In this, since the government is refusing to accept her faith in this whole bishop prophecy thing, let's keep dragging it and expanding it and creating the reason. We want to keep our people. So basically what we're doing for you, we're taking you and bringing you to a point. You have to be strong to remain there because these people are rogues. They are criminals. They can lie. They can doctor. They can fabricate. They can manipulate. Remember, they put finger whole country budget. You can't remember? They put finger the budget. They doctor the budget. They now do all kinds of things in the country. Then what about common letter? So people who can finger budget, they pay around. Then that I want to kind of finger common letter and give it to their pay agent to be passing around with that. What you come and lose your sleep over? That whole regime. When they say the letter fake, tell them say you're confused. Because the government is confused. That that confusion can make people will not accept the reality. Confused men can look at you and tell you say, oh, the letter fake. Then you say you say you agree. They make confused. So we need independent people. We need the Nigerian embassy, for example, right? To write a communication. I can remember once upon a time there was something that happened, right? And the Nigerian embassy, either Nigeria or the German, they had to issue a disclaimer from right within here, denouncing, right, the authenticity of that circulation that was going around, and the public knew. But this was since last evening up to this morning. The embassy remains tight-lipped. We're not seeing any cable from Nigeria. And you get fully beginning who you know about diplomacy passing around and say, oh, this or that. So the thing is, however way you want to put the letter, that's not our issue. But our concern is, did the Nigerian government reply or respond to your complaint? And if the answer is yes, so what was the response of the Nigerian government to your complaint? Because when you complain, you are complaining for redress. Did you get the redress you sorted? Did you? What was the response? What have the Nigerian government assured you as a as a friendly as a bilateral partner? What have they assured you? Because for you, this is hurting. We are going to read the content of the government's complaint, and you listen to it. So the government is actually hurt. But mind you, now before that, you came out, you insulted the man, you used your right as government. Some of your officials in their official capacity, right? They insulted the man and called him names. So can the man also complain you and your official? Because you have no right to insult the pastor and you insulted him. So you finish costing the man mind, you cost the man power inside outside. Then the thing stay hurting you. Then you go write letter now. You acting like you son, you know diplomacy, you desire, you write letter, you say let's complain you. Why you didn't complain the man for before insulting the man? Eh? I told you yesterday, I said if that prelate was in this country, but now these buggers probably the finish are doing something to that man. But now, and now you see, this is the reason why most of our men of God who are truthful in this country are afraid to speak out. You can imagine if this was a Liberian man of God sounding like that. But now probably they not kill him. Probably they not kill him. The degree of anger that's generated out of this. But now that man is dead. So you see? But now, and I'd like to ask a few questions. Is this the first time? Let's say the government is trying to paint and trying to lecture us about separating the church from the state. It's today that UP government people saying we need to separate the church from the state, right? Because a prophecy, a damning prophecy has come exposing them. And they warn you all to not listen to that. As if to say this is the first time. And I'd like to go to our social media via our Mariah Yakula, strong ANC partisan. And I like her recollection. So Mariah recollected brilliantly. During the 2017 election, 2017, let's go back. The same people that are saying, oh, Nigeria, we never tell you, say, as some man, Emmanuel running, oh, it's small, rescue. Generally, the men coming up, we got to prove the issue now. Collecting math from the people, you got to talk. So, as men coming up. During the 2017 election, fellow Liberians, Nigerian pastor Apostle Johnson Suleiman, that's the name. Apostle Johnson Suleiman prophesied that he saw someone win the 2017 elections, but it was not given to him. He specifically said he saw a footballer, right? That's a prophecy in favor of President George Weah. He said Liberians should pray during the election because we needed God, but we needed him more after the election. Johnson Suleiman. So he was not okay that George Weah winning the election. So he painted a prophecy of dooms in favor of Boakai and UP. They didn't raise issue. They didn't say fake pastor. Seditious never went after and causing Johnson Suleiman. Never did that. I can't remember. Especially in the form and manner. CDC came after the election, they governed this country. They didn't even pay heed to the apostle. You understand? But gave we the mandate, and then he said, when you give we the mandate, when the mandate is given to we are problem. So we must pray. These were the first people. 2017, the men prophesied that. Dooms for the country. You people clap. They say, yeah, and that thing will tell you. Eh? We have won the election. He got the mandate. And then what happened? Disruption, domestic agitation and terrorism, sponsored and supported by Joseph Boakai and every other political leader of that movement, opposition political leader. They were all there. They did not only stop the undermining of the government in Liberia, they went even as far as outside and in other foreign countries. The same apostle later on prophesied a few years ago that the Holy Spirit told him to congratulate Liberia and that from 2023 and beyond, Liberia will get all the blessings we lost. That means George Weah was a loss. So the same prophet, apostle, came back. United Party did not call him just recently, right? They not calling him. They did not say fake prophet. CDC people, and they don't even pay attention to him. They did not insult the man. They didn't write letter to the Nigerian government complaining him. It all went like that, right? So you see the difference between UP and CDC. It will take you time. Every time I'm telling you, it will take you time to know who are really genuine and the other people who are just desperate for naked power to oppress, suppress, and steal from you. You know the party. How come they were welcoming of this other apostle? Right? Who's clearly from his tomb, clearly symbolizes or signals the fact that he has some degree of likeness for Boakai over Weah. But CDC people, they not call him partisan or UP man or Boakai friend, blah, blah, blah. And they've seen me even visit the Boakai, but we will get there. The pictures are up. The videos are there. They all were there, celebrating, jubilating, drinking wine. They make him to Liberia. Their own apostle. So JMB won the election 2023. Earlier, this, I think 2026, either this year or last year. You understand? Right? Apostle Suleiman was hosted. In fact, it was a state visit. Boakai invited the man for a state visit. That one other men of God there who were castigating, condemning George Weah and the presidency and the government. When Boakai became president, what did he do? Right? He invited the man and hosted the man at a state banquet or whatever. You see the hypocrisy? You see the double-faced attitude when we tell you that these people, they are not fair? No government read letter to complain Apostle Suleiman or say he was interfering into Liberian politics. So nobody said that. Nobody insulted him that he living the pulpit, he put him more in, or we need to separate the church from the state. Nobody said that. But today, you have a genuine man of God who stays and has never sorted, right? The opportunity of coming to Liberia to come collect Liberian people money to go. But Johnson Suleiman came here. The state invited him, he came, and the state enveloped our money and gave it to him, he left. Seditians who are Liberians equally did not complain and did not raise issue and call his name. A pastor can give one prophecy for you today, and gave another prophecy for your rival the other day. But you say the pastor that gave prophecy for you, that the pastor, that the real pastor there, the still honor that one come. But when pastor also gave prophecy for your rival, then you try to insult that pastor, right? And call the man names and take our country, you take our country name and you reduce all like that. You read letter, you say you complaining the man. Is this the first time for pastors in Nigeria and other places to prophesy? Because these are big pastors. That's why you see the prophecy go very wide. TB Joshua, on several occasions, multiple occasions, gave out prophecies. So why is the rescue pretending as if to say, this is an abnormality? This is something that does not happen normally. When they have brought their own prophet, their apostle here, and taking Liberian people money and giving it to the man to go with it. Jawia did not do that. This other apostle, this other Primate Elijah of Nigeria, I've never come here to say, give me Liberian people money, let me go. He sat in Nigeria, he gets his vision, and he says it. Right? But he has never, for the time that Judge, even to talk with Judge on the phone while Judge was president, I'm told it did not happen. But that Johnson Suleiman, United Party Uno prophet, say how you won't make it, right? He flew from Nigeria, came to Liberia, and state resources was used to host him, honor him, and give him envelope to go back. Fair Liberian, let's be fair. Let's be real. To move this country forward, we have to be very fair, honest with the issues. And you understand? So now, it comes the UP people time, they say no. Nobody's going to put more on Joseph Boakai. The same way you see in the country, when you put more on Joseph Boakai, they tell you from your government. So the embassy in Nigeria, presided by John Balu get there. You know, you are running a sycophantic government. So everybody won't bow down to the golden image. Everybody won't be seen as. So he don't have diplomatic way to make John Kulu enjoying the fast. He read letter. He said, let me get a man complaint. So he wrote a big letter. He sent it. Giving the man complaint to the Nigerian government. They were giving the man complaint. How the man will come, the man prophesy about our president, then the man calling our president name, and blah, 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 and blah, 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 and what have you. I'm trying to lay my hand on the communication. Right? But our point is, the fact that the government of Liberia will even elect to writing the Nigerian authorities to complaining an ordinary private citizen who did not commit any kind of diplomatic offense against the state whatsoever, but for freely expressing their religious thought, predicting. So now, is the government equally trying to punish prophecy? Is our government of Liberia intolerant towards prophecy? So are they trying to say that prophecies are not supposed to happen, but doing so, especially on the government of Liberia, is unacceptable? So let's read for you the communication that Boakai instructed the embassy to send to Nigeria? The Embassy of the Republic of Liberia presents its compliment to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the Federal Republic of Nigeria Protocol Department and has the honor to draw the ministry's attention to a matter of concern regarding public statements made by Primate Elijah Babatudi Ayodele, founder of the INRR Evangelical Spiritual Church, concerning the president, government, and people of the Republic of Liberia. The embassy has taken note of video recordings circulating on various media platforms in which Primate Ayodele doing public broadcasts on Sunday, 31 May 2026, and again on Sunday, 7 June 2026, described His Excellency President Joseph Newman Boakai Sr. as confused, old, and tired, called for his resignation, and predicted a coup d'etat in Liberia should the president remain in office. And that's the one that's so hurting to them. Right? This man is a prophet. The man says he sees danger as the president looks lost and confused. And there are several examples of that we've seen through the actions and dealings. I just told you one that happened yesterday, just yesterday. How the president makes appointment to reinstate an official, then in no time, they took it down. So what are you doing? You're causing confusion there, right? So that Sankolo man can just go now to Lakra and say, I've been reinstated, right? And then there could be some degree of commotion there. We saw serious commotion in this town. There were several places where 2-3 persons were going to the same place. They say they have letters of appointment there. Isn't that confusion? Serious confusion. So to solve this confusion, the honorable and patriotic thing the president now could do is to resign. And if the Unity Party are looking for people, right, they should start dealing with in all of this. Because, in fact, this does not in any way benefit CDC or Mr. Weah. So I don't know why you're directing your attack on Mr. Weah. Because the core is that Boakai should resign. And if Boakai resign, then now Weah come and be president, right? That Kun come and be president. So, in this case, if you're very careful and critical enough, probably you start thinking, could it be Kun that's masterminding this other prophecy? If you believe truly that the prophecy is not real, right? If we must go by your silly reasoning that the prophecy is not real, because at the end of the day, who's going to benefit? How is it going to benefit Mr. Weah when Boakai should resign now? And how is it even going to benefit Mr. Weah if there's a coup? Right? So any which way you put it, Weah doesn't seem to benefit. The CDC doesn't stand any chance to benefit. If there's a coup, most likely that the army people, right? Then that fall, then you gotta be holding. If there's a resignation, that the vice president will benefit, that Jeremiah Kun will benefit. So how then you leave all those other ones? You jump behind the one man. You say they may not coming back. They may not important. They may unpopular. They may this. They may that. But small thing happen. As soon as small noise happen in the community, you say that John Weah, right? As soon as somebody pie in the community, be son, yeah, be son. All the government officials, wherever they are living, as soon as you son sign in their community, John Kulu, that John Weah, what is that John Weah people, that CDC people. So what is the problem? What's the panic all about? When Boakai resigned today, then John Weah will go there. That Kun will go there. If there's a coup d'etat, John Weah not in the army, they can't do coup d'etat. So, but I don't know how. Right? Unless you want to tell me in the event where there is a coup d'etat, whether the people are going to stage a coup and then they wait to tell John Weah and say, oh, can't say that. That thing doesn't make sense. So why are you picking on the people? Right? Why are you always making CDC and George Weah subject when they are not? You have to check yourself. You are creating publicity for this man and his party every day. Face the issues of the prophecy and deal with it. I see you passing around taking prophecy the man have done. The man have not means as well. His prophecy has remained consistent. This is what God keeps sending to the man. What you expect the man to do? Right? You expect the man to jump from there after the other prophecy and join and say, okay, I prophecy that today part that Kumi I saw. No, day after tomorrow, that Boka I saw. No, the man prophecy have remained consistent, and that's why you have several other videos of him prophesying, especially when it comes to Liberia, and remain consistent with George Weah, because what God revealed to him is the good heart, the good conscience, and the good will, and the vision of George Weah. That's what God revealed to the man. He said the man will lead that one. But you take Joseph Solomon to lead your own. You brought him here. You honor, you gain everything. So you see, the embassy respectfully notes that these remarks have generated significant concerns within Liberia and among the Liberian diaspora. That lie, it has generated, this is a blatant lie, it has generated confusion and panic in the government. Not in the country. We relax. We get time for it. But they say you're confused, you're in the government, you're confused. You're not confused? All right, you're not confused? You're doing confused things all over the place here. Then you say you're not confused. You got DA man, go sit down. On radio, you say no ghetto in Moro anymore. That thing look like it can come from San him over here. In this day, you say on radio. Because you're so confused. The demon, the devil, they're all in your head. You say no ghetto in the country anymore. Who cares? Another DM, listen, somebody was telling me something, and people, y'all need to be watchful and mindful. DA, there is another allegation again that you, DA, you're in a habit of what? Implicating people into their drug thing you can be going around with. Right? I'm being told, I've not, verified that credibly, but you got to be very careful out there, fellow Liberians. In order to make it look that they are working, right? It is being alleged that DA people can take parcels of drugs, and the tramadol and things, cartoon. When they know about reputable people, and stuff, business people and things, then they will go to some Zogos overnight. When you're in friends, they will go and trunk in your friends. And then the next morning, you'll see DA car coming to your house. When they enter that, then they see boxes, which is bad. If this is true, you got to stop it and that nonsense. So there's not confusion there. Okay. Then I saw a report again. DA head, the intern head, Biago, officer in charge. Well, the Biago is quoted as saying that the police people, Gregory Como police people, let liquor Benedict can drink their junk cards. And they're not all saying no. Your own say, and more you say talking nonsense daily. He said the accident that can happen when you see people dying and they say that liquor Benedict, as soon as you get them father that they go drink liquor. That LDA officer in charge saying Gregory Como uno mene that so liquor Benedict. As soon as you get them, say, but I true. In the street, the man stop it. He can't stand. You see the liquor stand. What the man. So let me complete. So the embassy further note that Primate Ayodele has previously involved himself in Liberia's political affairs. Look at this nonsense. So what about Joseph Suleiman? Involvement. They're not about political affairs. The same government that hosted Justin Suleiman in their country, in the executive mansion, where's the audacity to write the Nigerian government and say, oh, Ayodele involve itself into Liberia political affairs? So Joseph Suleiman uno involvement that what kind of affairs? Eh? You're in the country for you, and you can run it your own way. And then any other thing on the other side, then you use the state to kind of sanction that. For what? Who gives you that audacity? Who gave it to you? Who all gonna sit down here and fold our hands and look at you do this nonsense and stuff? Everybody paying the taxes in this country, and everybody taxes are being used to run the country. So equal rights to the country. Okay. Political affairs, including publicly campaigning for a presidential candidate during Liberia's 2023 presidential election. Look at the other bunch of uselessness. Did you see Ayodele in this country here campaigning 2023 for any presidential candidate? You see, if you are not, you are making yourself used to truth telling, this is what happened. Look at government writing official complaint to a foreign nation and lying. So now, when the people go do the investigation, they go check out that Ayodele never campaigned for any political party in the country. Yes, Ayodele prophesied in favor. A prophecy suited, a candidate. A prophecy went against your candidate. But to say campaign, there's a definition of campaigning. Political campaigning has a definition. If we take that political campaigning definition and check the facts, you show that the government is lying. Then the intent will be now known to the Nigerian government. And what is that intent? The intent is to silence the primate. The intent is to silence. So would the Nigerian government join you in silencing its citizens? Absolutely not, because they have a law against that. So do you need a rocket scientist to tell you that? This is obviously the outcome. Beyond that, right? Was the primate acting in his capacity or representing the Nigerian government or at a Nigerian government sanctioned occasion? That becomes another question. Before you take issue up with the state, because Nigeria or no democratic country will work with you in your attempt to want to infringe on the fundamental democratic rights of a private citizen. Because if Nigeria tries that, primate Ayodele can sue them. So should the government sit down and let the men go sue them? Because one Bwaka is running the country to hell, and then he said nobody should talk about it. Or you can come here, or you be removing your lawmaker, dismissing people, vote no confidence in Sheikh Kuyate. You can do that one that your jurisdiction. But trying to export, right? Trying to export that democratic tendency into another countries to detect whatever they do, they post said no, they ain't gonna do that. Right? Do I need a communication to understand that? Of course, that's going to be the obvious response. Isn't that the obvious response? Was this communication even appropriate? Absolutely not. Isn't this a shame and embarrassment? You can run a diplomatic body like a partisan auxiliary, John Balud. You can do partisan politics. Do you see them campaigning here? Where the embassy is particularly concerned that the persistent derogatory statement made by primate Ayodele could undermine the long-standing brotherly relationship between the people of Liberia and the Nigerian. Look at that. Look at the limitation. You able to sour relationship with Nigeria because a Nigerian citizen gives prophecy about Liberia and the Liberian president, he says he's sour. Do you know what we get from Nigeria? Are you even aware of what you are saying diplomatically at that level? You're frisky, you're confusing. Why may you so dull, and you want to be stealing government money and be living on government paycheck? Now, when you have opportunity, you go write bunch of gibberish. Then I say, I told you, I said these UP people are door people. And you see the doorness. Eh? Even the later putting Weber in real estate, no say they want that stupidity. Stupendous stupidity. If you may. Right? So this is the greatest law. I mean, this is so shameful and embarrassing. Imagine maybe you're a librarian student on a university campus in Nigeria, and then a Nigerian friend tells you that, Liberian government has complained Pastor Ayedolio. I mean, let's make sense of this together, right? Probably or in some foreign service schools, and you're looking at, so that makes sense. G to G, then you can. So when countries start reporting each other's citizen, that's small thing. When countries start to report each other's citizen, there are diplomatic windows or redress to these kinds of issues that are within your purview. So now, if a Nigerian citizen actions you believe contravenes or contradict your standard and whatever, right? You can restrict the travel to your country. You can say, okay, Pastor Ayedoli, the Liberian government has moved based on all of these your utterances and blah blah blah, right? That you are banned from entering Liberia. You can do something like that. But you start writing communication, laying your complaint. Oh, I won't lay the pastor complaint. Oh, it's a position of weakness. I don't let the pastor complain. Oh, please tell the pastor you might put more on the president again. Because the way you can put more on the president, the president not feeling good about it, the whole government now will confuse with Chakla. So yes, the confusion is in the government, because the things the pastor prophesied, right? He said two things. President Bwaka should resign. And there are people who are enjoying from the stealing in under President Bwaka, and the thing Kun will be more rigid and Kun will be more active. So they want Bwaka to remain there. So these are the people that are so hurting. They say, no, bring Kun. Then they will start peddling the narrative of, Nimba people, let power be. We want Nimba people, blah, blah. You think we understand all of that? All the outbursts you're having, writing letter. You think when Kun take over, the Balu Meoli saying in Nigeria as ambassador, Kun will move him from there. So all the people who know that in the event where the president says sit down and look at it for 2 years, they say, yeah, man, let me just be fair to my country. My people, you know what? I want to thank the country. I want to thank the people of Liberia for the opportunity. But based on my health, I can't continue. And I like to call it, I like to throw in the tower and blah, 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 and call it a day and what have you. The whole atmosphere will change. So these people who now won't hear that word, that the people now vexed, they just cursing the pastor. Oh, they say, ready man, you know the thing the man talking, Papa don't resign, we'll deal with them, man. And these are the things they say. You don't know. Of course, when Kun should take over at this point, I can name you people that you will not see there. They will be kicked out. And these are the ones that are vexed, that are angry. Fair Liberians. So now you see the double standard. You see the double standard. Joseph Suleiman Khan, he has been making prophecies since 2017 for Bwaka, right? Nobody rare to say, oh, he's meddling into our politics. This, that. Joseph Bwaka hosted the man in the mansion here. Spent Liberian put money on him. Ayedoli has not come here. Government never invited him here. He never come on government expense. He never ate food on government. Nothing. He just there. He sees whatever vision God sends to him. He says it out. And then, boom, he joins and say, oh, the man talking in Liberian people politics. Because the man saying the truth. Let's hear you. 0776 104 104 06 500 104 plus 231 86 500 104 are the numbers to call, and you will be live. Let's hear you. The people keep embarrassing the country, disgracing Liberia, disgracing the nation, and the facts are very, very stubborn. They're never going to go beyond. They're going to come. If on the truth, you can suppress the truth anyhow you want. But look, the truth will come out. Will certainly come out. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, okay. My name is Augustus. I'm calling from Pool Road. I listened to the presentation. You know what people, the UP government is now understanding. Prophecy is not something that is evidence-based because it's spiritual. That's something that God will reveal. And most often prophecy is not something that is very certain. All right? So why should they go and then bring themselves to disrepute? Is what happened me this morning.
Yeah, complete disrepute.
You turn around. Why should you? The Facebook criticism is not enough, or you should turn around and go and read the Nigerian government to tell us that we are childish. Is that what they're trying to say, that the government is childish, that they don't have people that can think? Very childish. Brother, I hate this to Isabella. Thank you.
Very childish. Why you should even go that low of trying to write letter? Is it giving complaint? Is it, we'll get a pastor complaint to you? Good morning, Musa.
Abu, morning.
Morning.
Let me use this time to first and foremost appreciate the management and staff of Freedom FM. You guys are doing extremely well, and we are benefiting from the knowledge and from the many sacrifices you make on a daily basis. I want to say thank you. And our participation sometimes may not be often, but you guys have to know that we are religiously following all of your programs. So I want to say thank you for that.
Thank you always.
I am not one of those persons who believe in prophecy. However, if a man of God say the president is confused, how can we argue that? How can anybody in their sound mind argue that this president is not confused? A president who will go to a program, you want to say a national program, they introduce him and he woke up from his seat and start going like the program is over.
Yeah, start going also.
They have to call his attention, then he come back. A president who will man the podium and say, should I tell the people whether they should sit down? Abu, is that not enough?
Then he asked, he even on another occasion, he asked the protocol whether he should drink. So when you get tests, that the protocol know whether he tested.
But you see, Abu, look, listen. Body was just running, right? Body did not run because of his age. People think he was not in a good mind, and then Biden did not run. But this is a president, even doing a campaign, a program was organized for him. And he started even asking the guy, I think that was Rawak Pale.
In Lofa, there was an interview.
In Lofa.
Asking what he should say.
What I should say. We saw all of that and still voted this man. You still want to say this reverend or man of God is lying? The president is confused. And there is no argument. You want to talk about hardship in Liberia, Abu? Is that anything that anybody can argue about?
I'm telling you.
Yes, we agree there have been hardship in Liberia over time, but you want to compare hardship 3-4 years ago and current reality? You cannot compare it because it has increased to a very high level. So you cannot argue anything. You talk about disaster. Were we not here? People building, people stores, and everything was just burning all around. Is that any argument that anybody can, in a rare mind? I think what the Unity Party guys should do is to go to their various places of worship and either pray for the president or pray for the country. But it is glaring. It's a fact that the president is confused. It's a fact that the people in Liberia are suffering. You cannot argue that. I just wanted to make that point. But the most important one is to say thank you to you people. We follow religiously. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you very much, CDC Vice Chair for Mobilization, Musa Kone. Good morning, David King.
Good morning, Mr. Sharif.
Morning.
No, yeah, it is an argument. And I know, Mr. Borga is confused. Like my brother Musa said, this president went to Broadville where they were having a program for him.
Mm-hmm.
And they ushered him to the podium, and he left and started going to the vehicle. The EPS agent have the wrong behind him. No, Mr. President, you've been called to the podium. Isn't that a confusion?
And he went on to some of the country. They were doing interview on the stage. The interviewer asked him one question. The man changed the whole topic and start talking different.
He started talking about Al Salam, how you were in a country way back, and the country has changed, electricity all over, and what have you. They're
not confused, man.
Of the conversation. That is confused, total confusion. But people want us to believe that Mr. Baga is not confused when he appointed more than 2 presidents in one position. Then you tell me it's not a confusion. Like what you just mentioned, Sankolo issue was on the social media. But what took it down, there was no justification given to us. But we all were here from Kula Fofana when this thing happened. All this appointment supersede all other appointments. I don't think this government and the president proceed very well as it relates to having sound mind. This president, in mind, is very much distorted, and you cannot have a president with a distorted mind.
What about hearing that your government, your whole government, right to complain the Nigerian pastor? Imagine.
That is
Guinea can't say that on our land. The government not read ECOWAS to complain. Say, oh, the people can't take our land.
No, because you put UN Security Council something.
Yeah, whether UN or AU or ECOWAS, but they read letter to nobody. So it's okay for Guinea to come tell about land. The government can't read no letter for that one. But private mail, may prophecy. Then they read.
Directing the whole government, the whole Federal Republic of Nigeria, completing this man. You think the man is a Liberian? He's not a Liberian.
No, the thing is, you can call over. What again? It job.
Yeah, it is Liberian that you do the nonsense though, but you don't do it to a private citizen of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. What the man said, I mean, if you feel that it is not happening, then it's up to you. But we that here feeling the pain, you walk in the street, Mr. Sherry, you will notice that people are dying. They are drowning in poverty. There is no food. Look, let me tell you something. It is on a Sunday that you see smoke.
So as a librarian, don't you think the president confused? Do you agree the president is confused?
The president is very much confused. Very much confused.
Librarians believe that the president is confused. So then why are you arguing the Nigerian
attitude? The way the president proceeding in this country is a total confusion, and I think would you be healing the Nigerian pastor for enlightening us, because for those of us who are not enlightened yet, like those small UPs, let it wake up and take root out of hair from the say and see the current day reality. Because
okay, thank you very much, Eriki. Masisi, do you believe the president is confused? Good morning.
100 he's confused. 100 million Bwaga is confused. He's tired. Let him go sit down. For one prophecy, the whole government shaking. One prophecy like the whole government shaking. Government cannot go to the border and say, "What happened?"
They're not going to let the pastor complain. Oh?
Yeah. You just tell you the parliament and the poor asking you to tell them, "Oh, what's going on in our border?" You talking about it?
Yeah.
But you complain and saw vision that telling the whole world that let's see what happened in this country. Next time you should go say that. They want to complain that man to the government.
The man go way to France 24. France 24 generally asking about Guinea border situation. Then the man say, you know, the man are my nephew. The man that nonsense. That no confusion there.
What make boy of nephew? You must oh, you should say 50 car. They're not taking your land. They say, oh, let's country in the war. Name, money, woman. It can bring problem. You have to look at things. That's why they're taking your land and bring gold in your country and send out to your border. You telling the people, oh, this is a man, my nephew. Oh, my people, my friend, be your nephew.
Yeah.
They make my way giving you from when Liberia. They say, man, your nephew taking it. So they say, I'm going to get elected people. People don't tell all the truth. They say, you got the photo, you left the photo, you go buy Western body, in Western market, you go for drivers. They're going to call you back. Are you not confused? You get one job for 3 days. And like you say people in there and not confusion there. Are you not confused? You're not confused?
Look at the DEA. You just firing people, putting people there, firing people, putting people there. You're not confused?
You put a position and not confusion. You're not confused.
in a job. You go tell the politician they post on job.
You test it. You test it. You don't know. You don't know. Say you test it. You asking somebody what are you more drink? I'm not confused.
So tell me somebody say drink before you drink. That's what him or you see you lazy. You want to say oh drink that much drink before you drink water. You're not confused. When the man say that when you forcing the men of God, you go Ali. You know your father go Ali.
They're picking for on the
pastor. Come to you now. You know your father. You know who born you. You forcing the men of God. You from where money telling the next year ago. You say for Kema. You know your family that born you. Both father go Ali who put it out door in this country. You don't put the family say you almost that. I can't do it. You did not the family say. And you forcing from men of God. What Ali? You know your father born you.
The poor giving more Ali Hatan already, so just forget about that. All of them.
No, don't forget about it. The way you do I will do myself. I'm not forget about it.
The poor man giving the man Hatan. Send the man get all the poor and just bossing.
It was Johnny said we are not a job. I put your question your offering, so they're going to go to market. But it's a but they're popping. Who want to play? What's the night there? They're eating water. Are you not confused? You think Daniel was not happy? The message was Daniel said, God thank you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, people drunk Daniel water right here. But I call the community.
Daniel was water here. He was not happy. When the message enough, he hit the part, and then you force, man, because they give you $10, you can't go back to so you want to be better and to ask you what
they when they put on gay hot in the community, I don't waste your time. I say you confused government, confused supporter, confused president, yeah, confused president. Confused. Thank you very much. Ayadoli, the man saw the vision, the man saw confusion writing everywhere. You tested, you tested, you asked somebody I'm a drink. Good morning.
Good morning, my dear brother.
Good morning, Edmond.
Thank you. The guys that are arguing and insulting, the same thing they are complaining on that the same thing that they are doing over there. Make your case.
Mm-hmm.
You are having your pastor then here. They are pastor them first of all. Say the man is a religious person and he telling us spiritual thing. Argue is spiritually. But you are arguing the thing, you will let the Bible call it the carnal level. The physical level that is the way that they are arguing it. So even if you go to the Bible, when the Bible talk about 3 score and 10 and by reason of strength, why Braca living on now? Braca is living by the reason of strength. At that stage, anytime there is a conversation between you and that person, they'll be telling you something about death. They'll be telling you something about going. So what? So Braca is a superhuman? So when they talk about he being tired, isn't that true? Looking at his activities, looking at what he do.
The man said, one of here now, you're packing, game police.
Yeah, but
I said, why the man can put it all on here? Also, they didn't get that.
Like his right foot, if you carefully monitor him, he drank it. So even if you have been to the mansion, the car drove to that second floor, just to walk from that place to the elevator to carry to his office, he take few steps, he's staying. He look around. He take few steps, he's staying. Why is that happening? Is that not tiredness? When the body reach to that stage, I don't care how much medication you pump into that body, it can't help you. It can't help you. The body has declined. That is the declining stage now of our president. So you still want to sit here and tell us, say, he is strong, he is okay, and he should go to the next election. In this one, he is unable to deliver. Then at that stage, you'll be able to deliver. The president is confused. Okay? The president go to Capitol building to address the nation. He will be asking people whether he should allow the audience to sit. So you want to tell me the poor will stand
then the premier said the government confused, right? To that very Capitol building, the sergeant at arms, right, addressed the vice president as president while the president was there. There's no confusion there?
That confusion, and in fact, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, during their program, he referred to Braca as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia. So things are not just right within the midst of the guys. Then what is he talking about? Look at the economy. We are in the chaotic zone. When I even heard the man of God predicted, this is not the first time he predicted the kind of economy, though. Then he is predicting even tougher and a difficult one.
But John Balu told the Nigerian government, say the men putting more in Liberian politics. So our question is, how about Johnson Suleiman that came here that the government hosted? You're not putting more in our politics too? He has been predicting in Liberian politics since 2017.
Yeah, but you know the Unity Party people can act as if they want to determine how other Liberians should behave. That's what they do. That letter that they wrote, that letter, it was a wasted effort. They are less busy. They have nothing to do. And look at some of the things they put in that letter. Oh, because of this thing, there are some confusion between Liberian and Nigerian. Zero. Nothing that happening yet. And that America did not complain 2023. I mean, he did not campaign 2023. He only gave a galleons. And he was general. When you allow the opposition to win, Liberian, you will suffer, you will drink dirty water. That's why he said you were pessimistic. You were not pessimistic about a particular person. So, writing that letter, it was just a wasted effort. The lights busy. Why were they rushing? And in fact, after writing that letter, if you watch, the miracle came back with another prophecy.
Mm-hmm.
And he told them that he was waiting for that again. My understanding is that today he may even come up because somebody want to have an interview with him. He said, no, he got to finish doing what he is doing before he allow any journalist to interview him.
Yeah, the message so is that happened because he dealing with confused people. Yeah, man, forgot on God minute. Then, yeah.
Why are they so worried? Why with these guys?
A confusion.
Hey, why are you so worried? You don't focus on your government. The whole one prophecy shake the whole country yesterday. Oh no, man. By the way, that's a rescue right there. They don't want for the truth to come up, but the truth automatically has to come, or you can keep covering it.
Okay,
thank you.
All right, Edmond, thank you very much. We are getting reports from our sources that the note from Nigeria is authentic, and the authentic version is there. It's different from what the government went and wrote and start putting line in. Good morning. Go ahead.
Good morning, Veteran Abu Shari.
Good morning.
Good morning to our patriotic listeners. My name is Gouverneur PC and I do join the educated conversations for the community where our people are still finding difficult to have access to water. The fighting water for the children is dedicated water labor. Stay away from the veterans. Veterans, we don't need bracket scientists to tell us that the country is confused. No. Pastor Elijah, said it. The entire country is confused. Mr. Booker is very confused. Is that a condition today? Our students are studying for what? They don't have access to scientific calculator. Is that not confusion? Is that not confusion to see the top of ministry now in Tabata? We don't need bracket scientists. The scientists are everywhere. But what I want to say, veteran, is that today, the party secretary general, CDC party secretary general, will be speaking to the people of CEO, and I mean, who has provided them as well, because those are them that are there to listen to the people, and the president will speak there as well too, on Zoom. So, urging all our partisans and our supporters of the CDC that will be having the chance to CEO give a speech, and the president or the secretary general of us will be live there. So, okay. Thank you for the beautiful work you guys are doing, and we'll continue to amplify our voices. Thank you.
Thank you very, very kindly. So let's come to the Nigerian response that the government trying to make it to look like, oh, it's a fake thing, and I saw these bonsuis who think, self-proclaimed media validators, and I like to call them, right? So now I'm going to begin this from one of them for the most part. Philibert Brown. He has been writing his series from where I sit, heavily favoring the government since he began. So Philibert wrote this as well. In reaction to the government fake narrative that the Nigerian government did not respond or it is fake. Like I told you earlier this morning, what the Union Party government did, the folks they went, they doctored a separate letter, right? Omitting certain critical components and grammatically constructing it in that kind of elementary way and pull it out there and share it with their media people and say, oh, that fake. But you can't win this time. You will not govern on propaganda. We will not let you do it. So let's say what Philip got 6 hours ago. Primate Elijah Babatunde Ayode, the Nigerian prophet behind Liberia's 2029 prophecy creating a national security crisis, part 1. Okay. What's it this one? Okay, let's come to it. So the Liberian embassy in Nigeria wrote this, no, Philibert, something. But let's see. Let's see the man made Philibert to take that one down. I just wanted to have brought the on from them, man. So earlier, Philibert had written that confirming as well that yes, the Nigerian government dismissed the complaint. And when they dismiss the complaint, that means they told you technically that no, we can't honor this. We can't act on this communication simply because the things you are raising, right, are not within the parameters of our authority democratically to take actions on. Dismissed. Dishonor the Liberian government's communication. You see how they have reduced the country? Now, so it is reported that in the Nigerian government's response to our government, which is with them that they're hiding and they try to put something out that's quite different. In the Nigerian government's communication concerning statements attributed to Primate Elijah Ayodele, Excellency, the government of the Federal Republic of Nigeria acknowledges receipt of your government's communication concerning remarks reportedly made by Nigeria cleric Primate Elijah Ayodele regarding the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Numa Boakai. The government of Nigeria wishes to state unequivocally that any views attributed to Mr. Ayodele were expressed solely in his private capacity and do not represent the position of the Nigerian state. Then somebody say, oh, the way the people read the letter, they want reading. You ain't any grammatical mistake inside or typo. But who tells you? Who says the validity of public communication is rested on whether it has typo or not? Nigeria is a constitutional democracy founded upon the rule of law and the protection of fundamental freedoms, including freedom of expression, subject only to the limitation prescribed by law. The government does not censor or suppress the opinion of private citizens merely because those opinions concern public officials, government institutions, or foreign leaders. You hear it? So the Nigerian government is not in the business of suppressing private citizens because they express their view that's not in favor or they criticize a foreign government. No. They're not. That's not what they're meant for. statement made by the private individuals, by private individuals are not ordinarily matters cognizable under established diplomatic practice and cannot properly be attributed to the government of Nigeria. What I told you when I began, I said, this is not, a diplomatic matter where you got to use our embassy to write letter to complain private citizen. That here broke people government doing that. Accordingly, the government of Nigeria expresses considerable surprise that remarks made by a private citizen have become the subject of formal diplomatic correspondence between two friendly and sovereign states. And this is my point of disappointment, especially as a student of diplomacy. Then you got to do a letter using diplomatic channels to complain. Statement made by private citizen. How did we get here? Rescue government. Folks, all of you that support the government say, oh, they put experience, they know about government, this, that, blah, blah, the metro. Look at this. God damn it. Let me take one call, 776-104-104-865-104 plus 231-865-104. The government spot on me again. Confused government, confused president. Good morning. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 0776-104-104-065-104 plus 231-865-104 are the numbers to call. Good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu.
Mm-hmm.
And good morning to the people. Abu, you know what shocked me on this government, Abu?
You haven't called your name yet.
Yeah, the letter that these guys wrote to the Nigerian, government.
You didn't call your name yet, Chief.
My name is Mohammed Donzo Fofana Jr. Member of Concerned Laverne for Justice.
Okay, go ahead.
I joined the position from Japan Freeway Aluminum Factory.
Mm-hmm.
But Abu, that the letter that the government read to the Nigerian government, I don't know. But is this pastor working with the government?
No.
Not working with the government. He's a private citizen. It is true that this pastor, what the pastor said, it is true.
Well, you don't see government go lay pastor complain before. Maybe they come and say Gregory now to go lay the man complain to God because Nigeria both say they're here inside, so they gotta go lay the man complain to God.
Yeah, I'm saying that the letter this government read that we are panic me. I said no, this government, a failure government. What the pastor said, it is true. This government, a failure government. These people that they are liars, really. They should have read that letter.
Yeah, Ali, I just saw Leo Facebook. You'll be talking your team. Then you go read letter. So now the way the Nigerian boys say, they didn't do nothing about it. So y'all just take Gregor Como, all of y'all wear uniform and y'all go heavy. Y'all tell in your career to carry to heavy. Y'all go little man complain to God. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Yes, Abu. This is Diana Tue, Alas Peter and Peters. I call you from Congo Town.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, let me appreciate you this morning for the conversation. You see, I've been following a lot of stations, discussing this prophet issue. And also some you paste on social media claiming that the prophet is fake and all that kind of thing. But the same prophets prophesied the 2023 election. And those things that he said are what's happening today.
Mm-hmm.
He talks about calamity. He talks about hardship. Since the inception of this government, Abu, can you tell how many difficulties people are going through in this country? Why do you took over the very first month, the issue that happened in Bond County, where the
fuel tanker?
Yes, that killed over I don't know how many people. Was that not calamity?
And even the money, the money that I know that you ain't get, they still corrupted that one again. They didn't give the people money to them go.
So even the fire issues in the country since the inception of this government, fire was burning people's houses all over in the town. People were dying every single day.
Then the flooding was happening too. Let me just pause. The flooding was happening. the UNDP people gave disaster management money to go give people money. They corrupted that one. They bloated the list. They told the people money. The veteran didn't benefit from the money. That the confusion there. Go ahead.
So you see that these are some of the things that the same prophet talked about before, and we are facing the reality today. So I don't know why these people are so running around here up and down. You know, when government doesn't have serious agenda, they take things so serious. Things are not supposed to be matter. They take it seriously.
Yeah.
That's what happening now. If the government has serious things to do, you think they will be using the whole embassy to write against a private citizen? That response that I was given from the Nigerian government on social media is accurate. It's accurate. No one should fool anybody to say the information is
but the UNDP people get their own version there. That one different. Another real one there.
The country, Nigeria, is just teaching us that in Nigeria, people are free to speak. It's not like like when someone speaks against the government, if you're in position, they take you from there. Or if you are table 7, they remove you from payroll. But in other countries, people have freedom of expression. So that's why they were teaching us as Liberians. So, I mean, it's so devastating that so-called experienced government come to power, and instead of them doing the right thing, they are just playing and making fun of the Liberian people. It's very sad. Thank you, baby. Thank you, Abu.
Thank you very kindly. Peter Lynn Peters. Okay, I saw my man, Maki was trying to call. Let me see if we can get him back on the phone from Virgin. I see. So me, you know, what up? They think, yeah. But Professor, come on, Professor Benny, join. You start talking. Oh, well, good morning, my brother.
Yeah. Good morning.
Good morning. Maki, you're live. Go ahead. Marco. Hello. Okay, Marco is not ready. So let me take somebody from down here. 0776 104 104 065 104. Let me take like 3 more calls, and then I can go to the LFA Luther Tapper thing. We'll close it up for the day. Good morning.
How you doing, Abu? This is Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I call from Downsville District 11.
Go ahead, Pastor Cooper.
Thank you for your brilliant analysis on this training issue regarding the pastor prophecy or opinion. You see, it's so sad that Liberia, as a country, we claim to be Christians, but we have a form of godliness and deny the power thereof. And most of our elders in this country, they are not better example for this generation. They are bad examples. Because what happened in the past when religious leaders speak to power, truth to power, they have been targeted over the years. It happened to the late Reverend Wilhelmina Dukley, who had the Faith Healing Temple Church at Belema Jamaica Road.
Mother Dukley. So I thought I said that the reason why pastors and men of God can be scared in the country because they'll go after you.
Yeah, the last time I also want to talk because we got some national prophecy, the understanding that the government is very intolerant and hateful. So we have to use wisdom so that we can survive in this insensitive government. We pray that God will give us more prophecy. It's not about doom, it's about reality. The house is on. It's time is tough, and I mean, it's not easy in this country. But the harsh reality, the government don't want to accept it. It's a sign of weakness to me from them. And look at Mo Ali, the minister, is insulting the clergyman when I just put on my phone on the Facebook.
Oh yeah, just very insulting. Calling him Zogo, calling all kind of things. Hungry, fool like that. Looking at see you, man, calling him Zogo.
But you could discuss the issue.
Yeah, you got imagine you are government job.
When God bless us with government that is very insulting and vindictive. Well, thank you as a young man for flagging this issue, helping the citizens to understand what happened. And God bless you so much.
Okay, thank you very much, Chief. Thank you very much. I mean, it's so sad, You gotta look at people see you when you call the men Zogo. You are passing around here. Good morning. From the diaspora, I think you're the final caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Sheriff, good morning. This is Rodney Peabody from the U.S. in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Go ahead, brother.
All right, so Abu, sometimes I wonder if these guys, like, what kind of education they went to, especially when you talk about people like Elon, Daniel Sano, Mo Ali, who, when he didn't have this government job, he was baking.
Yeah, man, he look at Silver and Cotton Zogo. Can you imagine?
Yeah, the man that used the labyrinth water to flush down all your pregnancy, finish the water. But anyway, so I just want to look at the education part of this whole confusion, right? I can be in a state that's overwhelming for me. And I myself can tell people, I don't know what to do right now because I'm confused. Being confused sometimes it means that things are overwhelming for you. Being confused sometimes it means, yes, it means
the guys are just intolerant to accept truth. The truth can help them.
Yes.
Even in the government itself too, they will take you from your job.
Yeah. You understand? So like being confused, it doesn't mean that you are not educated. Just the situation or the particular problem or the particular state of mind is not fixed to where you can handle.
Okay. But in the instant case, being confused means the old man has lost, his thought thing, and that's the one that's hurting to them. So the men are scared. They say, depending on says yeah. They say, no, we're going for that pastor. We're going for that pastor, and I see some scary barrier. The men put in more in liberal politics. Nigerians have got all the rights to talk into Liberian politics since 1990, when their fathers, their children, their uncles died here for the restoration of peace in this country. You being ungrateful, you can't say, Nigeria. Now today, when Nigerian or Ghana were dying here to bring peace, you better say that. Criminal government. So another thing, fellow Liberians, their government will set the soul of this country, and some of you will still be there arguing. There is a secret U.S.-Liberia health pact. There's a health agreement between the U.S. government and Liberian government. But let me tell you, Reverend Logan will come back, we'll talk about that one. Now we're just passing over it. So, but Reverend, I pick a call. So what that agreement does, according to media report, that agreement that your Baka government has signed, it lets the U.S. or Washington to audit clinics and demand patient data. So we ask, why is our government selling our health data to the U.S.? Have the government had any public engagement to explain to us about this contract or arrangement they're entering with the United States? Do we know for what? So are we going to be living in this country like sheep and goats, and the people in power can just use us and do anything? But guess what? When they want to seek medication, they will leave the country to go places where the medical data are safe and protected. But you, the ordinary people, you go to the clinic. But the value of this contract, the American people will go from clinic to clinic. They will audit, collect all your medical data, know about everything that they need to know about you, what they carry. Whatever they're going to do, I don't know. Let me read a gist of the publication. Liberia has granted the United States the power to audit its clinics, demand access to patient health data, and walk away from all funding on 180 days notice under a U.S. $124 million health agreement. So the U.S. government pays the Baka administration $124 million to come here, walk into our clinic, collect our health data, walk into our hospital, collect our health data, right? Grab everything, put it in one bag or on one laptop, right? And leave the country with it and go ahead and do whatever. No privacy, no confidentiality anymore, complete exposure, complete sale of the people, a dignity. This is who we are. So I mean, I don't know. This is so hurting. And with no public, conversation, no discussions in the public. Your lawmakers sit down on it. They pass it. So the memorandum of understanding signed in Monrovia on December 9, 2025 by Foreign Minister Sarah Beslow Yanti commits Washington to roughly $124.4 million in health support between 2026 and 2030, right? And requires Liberia to put up about $50.7 million of its own money over the same period. In exchange, Liberia accepted a series of monitoring, data, and compliance conditions that the rights group say could place the health care of millions at the mercy of U.S. decision. So when all the data go to them, then the people know the kind of sicknesses that are common in Liberia. So the treatment of those sicknesses lies in the purview of whoever is sitting over it will decide the medication that's needed for that. No, you can't send your leaf it. The people in 10 years with what we're seeing, the sickness are in our country, about 30% of the population will be gone. I don't know. I'm just saying. Why would the government do that to us? Somehow we get money now to lead places to go in other society that are protective of the health data and the health information of patients and sick people. What will we do? We're forced to stay here. So our life, our sustenance, and life expectancy is going to be in a laptop of one white man deciding how much you live, how long you live for. Hey, rescue government member. Damn it. We all will live to tell our grandchildren these near the firehouse. And that firehouse storytelling moment. We tell them, wow, I've never seen a rescue like this before. But let's go to the main reason why they're here. In spite of everything you've seen, the main reason why this government came to being, from the look of things, and since they took over, is to steal. It's to use means to siphon Liberian people money and then create distractions and all of that. Why do I say so? The reason is quite clear, because the movements and the actions and activities that most of which we've been seeing from the government have always presented a dark picture, smelling of corruptions and hidden intention to rob the state. No mistake about that. Now, LFA, Liberian Football Association, an apolitical space where everybody feels at home, and we all are happy and celebrating together. But that has turned around. Under the Unity Party government, football has now been transitioned to the politicians. We see political party executive committee members dominating to a larger extent the administration of football in the country. We see less and less of decision maker in the football house there. But notably is the executive committee chair of the UP, the national chairman of the Unity Party, that's been appointed as the mobilization chair of our national team. And so I'm going to play this audio. Listen to this.
That even now, as I speak, our national team, the Lone Star, owe 4 countries hotel bills in the past. Our boys slept in hotels in Kenya, in Uganda, and up to now, Mr. Speaker, we are not paying these hotels. This is a national embarrassment that Liberian national team does not have money to pay hotel bills.
First of all, the UP chairman said we owe hotel bills in 4 countries, but he named only 2, Uganda, Kenya. And the records show that at least for Kenya, we have not been to Kenya since Mustafa Raji took over. And I can't remember when we went to Uganda to play football. It's time to be corrected. So how did we accumulate bills in Kenya and Uganda if we did not play there? How did we? So I have a list of the debts or the company and the hotels that we owed in 2023, for example. You have subscription payable, FIFA, you have Fawaz and Son Store, you have Denise Business Center, you have Shiba Group of Company, you have Groundwater Exploration Incorporated, LFA Security, Universal Travel Service Incorporated, Colonel Hotel, RLJ, Kendeja Resort and Villa, and Sportish. And the monies are here. Some of them $7,538, $29,329, $61,852. For Colony and RLG is $51,900, right? And that's for Sportish, right? So those are what is on the book for the LFA in terms of its summary debt from its financial documents. An investigation has revealed that the Liberian National Team Mobilization Committee Chair Luto Tape either misled or deliberately misinformed the lawmakers, right, when he told the House of Representatives that the country owes hotels in 4 countries, including Kenya and Uganda. We've had Nimi, the other 2. So, a research done by our sport reporter, right, has it that Luto Tape information was diabolical, unfounded, and it has no iota of truth because there is no trace. And even when he spoke at the legislature, he did not provide any evidence. He just spoke off his head. Right? For more than a decade, Liberian national football team under Mustafa Raji as president have not played matches in Kenya or Uganda. Nor have they transited through either of the country. Now I'm told not even the women team, the under 21, the under 20, or the under 17, or the senior national team. The absence of any activity in those nations raises question about Tape's claim that Liberia owes money to hotels in these countries. So how? Pretty much tell me, maybe my limitation, but you tell me how. We didn't go to the play. But UP chairman, the main mobilization chairman, saying looking for $10 million in Chonkulu, you say about owing hotel, even in Kenya, Uganda, and he call the other 4 countries. The other 2 to complete 4. The audited financial statement of the LFA review, right, reveals that the LFA, right, indicate that Lone Star is indebted to only 2 hotels, and those 2 hotels are in Liberia. That's a statement. Unless the LFA tells us that the statement they have is different from what they gave to Luther Tappe, or Luther Tappe went and made his own statement because that fishing pool now open now, so you got to go fishing from inside. I mean, but what are you talking? I'm the chairman of the ruling party. What are you talking? And I mean, say that 10 million. Y'all forget it. I'll get the 10 million. I'll go into the lawmakers. I'll tell them we're owing 4. And then all of y'all figure that out. Take the money. See where the campaign, the inauguration money y'all went to him. What are these hotels? Colonial Hotel and RLJ Hotel, both located in Liberia. No evidence supports Tappe's assertion of debts to hotels in Kenya or Uganda, according to the Association 2026 audited accounts. The report they themselves provided. So, the mobilization committee under the FA's budget is entitled to 10% of every amount raised for the 2027 African Cup of Nations qualifiers. So you see why he tried to bloat the arrears? Because when they raise any money, Luther Tappe then get 10%. So when they raise 10 million, 1 million go to Luther Tappe then, fellow Liberians. Under dubious and unproven circumstances, you increase the bill on the country. Right? So, with Tappe and his committee now seeking about 10 million to support the national team, right? It's left with lawmaker now to do due diligence. But the good thing about that kind of thing, the lawmaker now too will not do due diligence. So, LFA, the chairman say they want 10 million. My man, speaker, I mean, they want 10 million. My man, Luther, my man, what are you doing for the play now? So they will have their conversation before we know the 10 million will be raised. And 10 million will be raised. So when LFA get 3 million, I want to tell God thank you. When they get 4 million, I tell God thank you. But you see, so fellow Liberians, let Luther Tappe tell us where are the hotels and provide the evidence of the hotels that we're owing and how did we start to owe these people in these places. 0776 104 104 06 500 104. Our job is to bring you the facts. Open your eyes to what is happening, the robbery that's happening to your country. Keep, killing yourself behind partisan issue, and your country is going down. Few people think they are smarter than you, they are better than you, they can use your country, they can use you, they steal, they enrich themselves, and this is it. Football Benekan, they will join that. When chess Benekan, they will join that kickball, they will be mobilization chair, and they will take all kind of bill, they put it up. $10 million, you can't tell the hotel, you can't tell how, when we didn't even play any game in this country, but you say we own hotel there. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning there.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm calling from Brownville, Ringpool Community. My name is Prince now.
Go ahead.
My brother, let me tell you.
Hello? Okay, I don't know what happened to your network. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Sherry. How you doing?
I'm okay, go ahead.
This is Emmanuel Gabriel calling from the Church District of Big Christian in Matari Fatinta. Yeah, the serious thing I want to address in this country, I don't want the social media try to broadcast an issue regarding saying
No, we'll find time for that. Good morning. Good morning. Go ahead. Okay, thank you very much. Good morning. The LFA that you're looking for money for, the LSA will say we only owe 2 hotels in Labrador, but the UP chairman say we owe 4 hotels, right? And then you say, oh, hotel in Kenya. Why would not play game there in hotel in Uganda? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning. According for the things in there. Yeah, very little topic is now a serious man. Very little topic is always laugh. Same thing is it. The unity party campaign money, but it's sending the car. A criminal guy, brave man, to steal your money. Very little topic is now serious. How you go to the legislature, you laugh at people that are broke, poor country, poor hotel in the country. Move for school. The people, they are the country now on the listing. This is a little topic now serious problem. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Confused government. You see the confusion everywhere. The lying to steal, the bloating, debt numbers. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Mohammed calling from Bambu County. Yeah, you see, Mr. Sherry.
Yes, sir.
If you see the fish ratting from the head, so all the people that they are corrupt, that are rescue mission the king, or the king will see our money. I know whether you start went to play that in there or to better or where. They are criminal. What's your criminal?
We know, Lusta not go play game to the play. Then the UP chairman say Lusta owing money there. We go there, say we owe money there. What kind of man? What kind of man can Steve on the country that they so the man weighing Babulu say the man say understand that this is a lie. Lunsta not go Kenya to go play game, but the UP chairman say Lunsta owing hotel in Kenya. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. So who will talk to you in the other government? Go ahead. Let's hear you.
This is for our money. I'm calling from 72nd this morning. So. Remember, even during the former president time, President George Weah was best president ever in the history of Nigeria. Now even in Zoom, so you go, killing people, Nigeria, Kenya or Uganda, they don't take them. And one of the things, you cannot play football through politics. When you start off politics in football, national team. Because one was good yesterday, we look at it.
Okay, but the problem here now, it looks like having Luther Tapper there is to use the national team as a window to take money. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Leo Tico. I'm calling from Waterloo. My brother, I'm Mr. Tapper. They play so only what time when they. Which year, which month, we want to leave when we play there. Before, what is the name of your hotel?
I'm telling you. The mayor joins. Then he said it with pride and dignity.
Any men are ready.
Diamond.
To be ready to be pastor are two different things, are two different names. It's a lady of a reverend and it's a lady of the pastor. So how you should be up and then join politics. So if you tell me that the station only gas or fuel, you ask the people what time you went to the gas station, you will like to see the member pay there. That happened today. So you say no start left from here to go play Uganda or go play Pluto or Venus or Mercury. Who carry them there? What were the marches that they want to go play in all those areas? And what the name of those hotels? That was have to find what a hotel and now you're talking now on the internet with Brazil. Where we want to go in and we're going to the past. So past what?
It's in the past.
Man.
So when?
So I want to ask the next comment I will come. I want to know what are the people there. Thank you very much, man.
Oh my God. What? You hear me on stealing ball that I play on the board. Yeah, good morning.
Morning, Abu, and there is a morning to a cherry listener. This is David King. You know, when you take a and you place it somewhere, the reality will always go with that person. That's why the environment has changed. But this thing is in his brother's DNA. You will not know the inaugural form for the 73 electoral district. So that took 1,000 when it grew money. And I don't know for what reason. When the people complain,
he said you're going to provide a report for that thing. Up to now, we see the report here.
Up to now, we have not heard anything. But you take somebody who very clerical and don't know the value of very clerical, and you call him very. Not everyone that wear clerical is a true very. So now criminals, they're just using that thing to blindfold people and pretend to be who they see they are.
So how we just join now? We owing Kenya, owing Uganda. What are we going to go play there?
That's the question the brother asking. Which one of the hotel? Because we should know the name of the hotel. And at what time we went there? From which tournament that we were having with Uganda and Kenya, that we have to go to Kenya to sleep in the hotel. You see, people, they are lie. They are all lie catch you over there. For every time they sleep, you always say they pass. Because they got nothing on the bank government, but but they don't want to allude to that, but they will always look for their own failure to shape me. And like people are no longer stupid. Look at that, should be telling us how you will get it for $73,000 that you stole during the inaugural time in 2024. If it's too long, that way you should be talking instead of him being better asking for 500,000 when they collect the money, they must take 500,000 as a pay. Is that patriotism? Is that the kind of you come past the criminal here? Thank you, man.
Okay, thank you very, very kindly. Good morning. It's second to the last caller. Good morning. Good morning, caller.
Hello?
Good morning.
Yeah, I'm following the show this morning. Concerning Luther Tapper saying that we owe two hotels in these two countries, which is Uganda.
Yeah, he said 4 countries though, but he want to name 2.
Yeah, and so I think that would be the start because Luther wouldn't play in Uganda. That was 2013, and then before 2014.
That was since Raji took over as president. Raji was not president 2013.
Yeah. So that was best time. The time I'm talking about now, best time. So then Raji took over. Look at one place. That place no day because I'm sure the rest of us have to play on that stuff. So I don't know where Luther get out of information for his phone.
So that means Luther is lying. That means Luther is lying. The guys are lying. So it's a challenge to Luther Tapper now. Tell us and give us the other two country name to let hear it. Because the LFA record we see, they only owe 2 hotels in Labrador. They're not us. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Go ahead.
This is Coconut from Kawa. Sherry, you see, the people I know, the next change is the new one, the Luther Tapper, but see, in the government to be looting, so you put Luther on himself.
Yeah.
You're big Luther. Still Luther. Yeah, still Luther. So you put Luther on himself. And now,
because you know you're coming to loot.
Yeah, you can't loot. That big you're looking in media. The hotel, the minister owing the year, the date, the amount.
We not tell we CA. We not tell we CA. In fact, we look at.
I think you're trying to explain.
Let
everybody hear it. You're inviting to your studio or any media center for inviting. They explain to us how the thing happened.
Yeah, how it happened.
How much the government when they own the money and they feed you the country.
And what did Luster go do there?
When they go do that, then you come and explain all the you now government you're doing kilo poke on the happy on the Bible. They feel they are demon.
Okay. Thank you very much. I mean, Librarian's eyes are opening. Thanks to Freedom FM and other sisterly radio, we're here. We're not going to join the bandwagon of UP worshippers, but this thing doesn't make sense. The chairman have to say, but Librarians, just like I told you about the health danger that's happening, There's even more danger happening to the country in the future. And that's why you always got to make sure you listen to Freedom. You listen to the Freedom Morning Ras every morning, because for us, we are unfiltered. Like I tell you, we'll always give you the information. It's left for them to come and debunk or challenge. Now, there's a depth analysis as to the country is so going up and down, the government lying every day, they're not delivering nothing for us. On the back of that, the government is accumulating more debts. They're just crediting money, taking money from all over. But we're not seeing nothing in the country. So those debts they're taking are going to be burdening on the future of the country. So it's important for us to start keeping you in the loop of it, right? So our economic financial guys have compiled a comparative analysis of the debt ratio or the outlook. Minister Gaffron, it is reported, has almost been struggling to properly account for some whooping millions of dollars. But here is it, fellow Liberians. By December 2023, Liberia's total public debt portfolio stood at 2.3 million. That means by the time CDC government was leaving, the balance debt earning left there plus what CDC added was the total was 2.3 million. CBL annual report has it. In the approved 2024 budget, 86.20 million was allotted to service our debt, both domestic and external. And in the approved 2025 budget, another 153 million was allotted to repay our debt. So in the 2 years period, that's over 200 and change million. By December 2025, Liberia total public debt stock increased from 2.3 in 2023 to 2.8. That's about 500 million increment. So the UP has added, right, 500 million to the debt. Right? Now, despite the 86.20 million allocation in 2024 and the 153 million allocated in 2025 to repay some of our debts, in the approved 2026 budget, right, the legislature allotted another 230 million to repay our debt. So now, from 2024 to 2026, over 469 million has been allotted in the budget to service our debt. Yet, guess what now? Yet still, Liberia's debt portfolio is still skyrocketing. Then the question becomes, how have we serviced our debt through these 469 million when our debt is not coming down but it's still going up? They took 469 million of our taxpayers' money to pay debt, to pay back the people money. But our total debt stock is still at 2.8 billion. So we're supposed to take off 449 from that 2.8 billion. But the finance minister is still reporting 2.8 billion debt by the end of 2026. Considering the huge loans the government is taking from EU, World Bank, the IMF, our public debt stock is most likely to hit $4 billion. Fellow Liberians, this is what the finance people are putting together, projecting. So they put the money in the budget, so they're going to pay debt. But then when the report comes on our debt, they see debt come by again. So you ask your rescue government. So the money, what we can take off, put in the budget to go pay debt. What you can carry the money? So while paying the debt can come down, stay to the same place, and now it's even going to add up. We gotta go, folks. This is our country. Speak now or forever hold your peace. We've said ours, and we are leaving. And until we see you tomorrow, fellow Liberian, this is how we like to draw the curtains on this Tuesday morning presentation of the nation's premier breakfast conversation, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. My name is Abu Sharif, fearless, bold, and unbending. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
When they were coming, they said they were freedom fighters. When they were coming,